Hello and welcome back to the student series where I will be making a dovetail box following a certain Matt Estlea's tutorial through his website. In this episode I will be marking out the dovetails and hopefully taking a little bit less time than I did in the last episode. Speaking of which, if you want to see that, that is in the description below. So let's get to it. Matt?
Yeah?
Can you quickly tell me how to use a marking gauge correctly so that I don't have to watch 21.5 minutes? Or am I going to have to watch 21.5 minutes? Do you think there's enough content? Do you think your information in there is valuable enough to waste 21.5 of my minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Fine. I'm trying to work here. What sort of teacher are you? My Mac! Sorry. You mentioned a video about how to cut a dovetail correctly.
Yeah.
Is that which dovetail ratio is best? Is it that video, or have you not linked it?
No, I didn't link that in the end.
That felt like quite an important one.
Yeah, the thing is I kind of cover it all from scratch in the series.
So I don't have to watch that?
No.
Oh,
that's a 40-minute video.
Oh. Thank you.
That's like, it's good to watch if you want to see the overview of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But this will go through each thing individually rather than the whole process.
Lovely. So I've actually seen marking gauges before. Back in ResMat class, where I first met Matt, we had them. We had the wooden version and we had that metal version, or at least our assistant teacher did. And it looked really cool, but I never got a chance to use it. I didn't really understand the point of a marking gauge. In fact, me doing this now, as you can see, I'm being really gentle, I'm being really careful, because I don't actually understand why I'm making these lines, other than the fact it's something to saw to. In hindsight, and if I could do it again, I would go a lot deeper, well, maybe not a lot deeper, but be a lot more confident with the strength of the line throughout the marking. Because once you get to the cutting stage, it's going to be a pain if you don't have your markings nice and clear. This is what I discovered. This is what has caused me to struggle cutting later. But let's not go there. That episode hasn't even come out yet. So just make sure your marking lines are clear and defined enough for a chisel to rest in. Anyways, here you can see me using the Veritas dovetail thingy-mabob, and it's pretty good. Pretty nice and easy to use. Yeah, not much to say there. Does it matter what side I'm marking?
What side are you marking?
Well, I could mark that side.
Oh, I would just mark the top and the front. Because when you're cutting it out, you can't see the back. Yes.
I think in the next one you had like numbers on the back side, so I was confused in the next shot.
Yeah, it's in the next video. I think I draw it on the back just so the viewer can see.
And each end of this, that is going to be like exactly the same up here. So I'm actually talking about these ends here. Sorry about the poor camera angle, clearly wasn't thinking straight. Anyways, I was just checking whether or not the measurements should be mirrored on either side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to find that that's the short bit there and the thicker bit up there.
No.
Because otherwise I've done it wrong.
Yeah, it should be exactly the same either side.
Okay, yeah. Paduk is not a fun thing to be drawing on. You can't see anything.
That's why I did it on that.
Matt used poplar. Kind of wish I had.
It looks boring as fuck, but it's like a blank canvas.
9 plus 17 is 26.
Yeah.
Don't make me doubt myself. 34 plus 17 is 51. You're right, it does come back quicker. Nine plus... It's so difficult to see. You know, if it's difficult to see, you should put a light over the top of it and make it clearer for you to see. Yep, swore again. Kept on making mistakes. I do apologise for the swearing. Most of my problems are going to arise from this marking out originally.
Yeah, probably. Did you notice how in the marking gauge video I said that in like the 7 years I've owned the marking gauge I haven't had to replace the wheel once?
Yes.
I've broken the wheel.
What? Between that video and now?
That's it.
Oh, I did see that it was broken, yeah.
Yeah, I dropped it. Plonker.
Is there anything wrong with using a mechanical pencil?
No.
Okay, cool.
Recommend it most of the time. I just don't.
Lovely.
Let's do another one.
No. You're trying so hard. It's making me get goosebumps. My Mac. Oh.
I love that. Done. Cool. So there we go. Rob has completed part 2 of the Dovetail box series. Done pretty well.
Thank you.
They look decent. I thought you brought up some good questions in that. First one being, is it worth marking the dovetails on the back of the component? I personally wouldn't bother because when you're cutting it out, you can only see the front and the top edge. But if you want to do it on the back as well, absolutely fine. What else did you ask?
I asked, I mean, there was a little bit more of a basic question. Am I okay using mechanical pencils? Because
Yes.
I saw you used a normal one.
Yeah, mechanical pencils. I think it's what most people recommend. I just lose pencils far too often, so I wouldn't bother.
You lose everything far too often.
I do lose everything far too
Yeah.
often, yeah. And there was something else, which was really good as well.
Well, I can tell you the main one.
What's that?
Double check your workings out.
Double check your measurements. Yeah, Rob had a bit of a mishap at the end where the dovetails were wrong on one of the edges.
Directly in the middle dovetail had suddenly just gone whoop.
Yeah, and upon trying to fix it, he fixed the wrong one. Well, I say fixed the wrong one. You screwed up the wrong one.
No.
Fixing nothing.
No. I left the wrong one in place.
Yes.
I then rubbed out the right one.
Yes.
And then broke that one, so I just shifted the whole thing even worse out of position.
Yes, and upon feeling confident that he'd had fixed it, we double checked it again and it was wrong. So maybe even triple check your work. It's always worth it at this point. There was something else. There was. It was
Measuring.
measuring.
Yes.
Measuring, that was it. Rob asked, is it worth planting your ruler in one place and then marking each measurement along that while it's fixed at one edge, obviously requiring a little bit of maths, or should you do one measurement, shift it across to the next one and keep doing that? I would keep the ruler planted in one place because as you move the ruler along, there's a chance to get slight misalignments in places, and then by the time you get to that 4th mark, you might be a millimetre off, you might be millimetre too big, millimetre too small, and if it's too big on one of them and too small on the other one, then you've got 2 millimetres out.
Yeah, it does make sense. And what I learned, particularly throughout just measuring those, obviously this is a much shorter video in regards to what we did last time, but getting this right now is obviously the main thing that's got to be done. So every time I made a little mistake, like I would measure it, make a pencil marking, and the pencil marking went whoop. And then I'd genuinely, I went, I've rubbed it out, and then whoop. I was like, come on! And I did it about 5 times on some of them, where it just went wrong, and I thought, I can't just say that'll do.
No.
I've got to rub it out and get it at least partially straight. I know they're not by any means perfect.
No, they're fine. They are fine. It's that's pretty much exactly what I would go for. As long as the angles meet up with the square edges along the top and the top edges are square and they're the correct measurements.
Yes.
Then you're all fine. You're all fine.
A bigger problem that I discovered, you already knew about it, was that pencil markings on Paduk is really hard to see.
Which is why I've done mine on Poplar, because it's like a blank whiteboard. It's no grain on it, it's light, it's easy to just draw measurements on and see everything for you guys, whereas if I was to use something like this, you'd see nothing. So.
Yeah, some of the grain literally lines up exactly with the line and then warps it out.
Yes. You wait till you start cutting to it.
You told me this was an easy wood to work with.
Yeah, apparently so. Cool. So that's it for this episode. As always, if you want to get involved with this project, then you can do so by documenting your journey making the project and then posting it on YouTube. Let me know where it is and I'll be sharing your videos on my website so you can get a little bit of extra traffic. And you're now ready to move on to the next episode. So you can do so by clicking the link below. And if you haven't already, please press the subscribe button to the left-hand side of the video. See you in the next one.
See you then.